Hey, what's up, man? This is episode 100 of Sports State of Mind. I'm your host, Snipes KB, with the one and only Teboo. What's good, bro?
What's going on, man? It's crazy. Episode 100. Been on this for what? 43 episodes. Let's rock, man.
Yeah.
43 more. Well, 100 more. 100 of course.
Yeah, of course. Now, if you are watching this podcast on YouTube, of course, you will see on the bottom of your screen or anywhere around the screen, that is where you can follow us. So, Teboo, so episode 100, just like you said, you've been here since episode 57, which has been crazy. I like to give a big shout out to all of our other guests. Yes, I got this paper right here. Out of 100 episodes, we had a total of 75 guests, 6 ex-professional players. I have personally recorded from 7 countries, as well as our guests too, recording from 3 continents. So of course let me just give a big shout out to all of our guests. Let me give a shout out to my wife, who was my first guest, Wilbur, Theo, P. Mitch, my brother Neek, Stokes, Coach Q, Aaron, Swims, Boo Boy, Chucky P, Coach Pat, Mad Mike, Larry, Stu, Merrick, Throwback Booby. Shout out to Throwback Booby because he actually left a message for us today. Tanisha, Haz, Leems, my Ungwash, Ben, my cousin Miles, Coach Hooks, Diesel, Joe Big Ticket, Mark, Justin Carter, my Uncle Bowley, Coach Neesmith, Coach Pleasant, Marcus Mason, Lil Mike, my man Lee, Hervey, Nate, Ricky Goins, Leroy, Mike and Dave from Here's the Deal podcast, Emmanuel, we got Will, we got Sean from the No Disclaimer podcast, Palm Oil Please, who play in the NBA 2K League, Sula, Mo and Mel from the Girls Chat Sports podcast. We got Black from the Hot Box podcast. We got Coach John, Basanio, Mo, Caribbean Soul Food, Chef Rel himself, Chris, Mo, another Mo from Germany, Tevin from my group chat, who is a Bucks fan, Will Rich, Ricky Cook, Aaron, Jameson, shout out to Jameson, Rabani, Mike Amoatang, B. Saunders, Chris, July, Merritt, Botang, Hassan, Sam, Corey, Jeff, JoJo, Swift, Jerome Dyson, Travis, Tebow's brother, Jody. Shout out to everyone that had came on the podcast, and I really do appreciate your support for supporting us through these years of doing this podcast, and we're just going to continue to keep doing what we're doing. So big shout out to them. And so we got a lot of hot takes. Messages today. The first message is from my wife, who was the first person on the podcast. Here we go.
OMG, Sports State of Mind. Happy 100th episode. It's your girl, Princilia, aka Princess, aka Black Girl Diplomat, aka the first guest on Sports State of Mind ever. I'm so grateful that I was able to bless the first episode with my presence and to come back a number of times. But you're killing it. Y'all are killing it. We love to hear our Black men lifting up their voices and talking about things that they love and that they're passionate about. Keep it pushing. I love you and we support you.
Thank you, Wifey. I really do appreciate that. Next, we have a classic. Hi, my name is, as you know, Chucky P, who has been on the podcast so many times. I believe this was his first time coming on the podcast around this time a couple of years ago, and he straight murdered this. Hi, my name is. Here we go. Throwback.
So I was drafted by the Washington Redskins in the 4th round, 1996 from Auburn. I played for the Redskins from 1996 to 2002. I am a 3-time Pro Bowl, 1999, 2000, 2003. I made a first team All Pro in 1999. Within that same season, I led the NFL in rushing TDs with 17. Who am I? Hi, my name is
Steven Davis.
Oh wow, that was quick.
Steven Davis.
Yeah, he
But
was.
what year?
I mean,
What
that
year was
wasn't.
that recorded in, bro? I didn't think that was you at first reading the how my name is. I had to think for a
I
second.
know, man. Yeah, I know. It's the maybe it's the mic because the mic that I was using it was a blue Yeti and it was only one mic, which
Uh,
was crazy. It was in the middle on it was in the middle of the floor, kind of on like those like plastic covers
mm,
that people have,
yeah,
just to carry shit. Like we actually flipped one over, put it on top of there. I had my laptop on my leg. Chucky P was across from me. Boo Boy, aka Vincent, was right next to us as well. Yeah, so it probably could have been the quality of the mic, and it took it was the mic for
yeah,
everyone. So
okay.
yeah, I know that's crazy though. My voice does sound
Like a young boy.
little young boy like shit. All right. So, yeah. So I know it's been a long time since we have recorded. Last time we recorded, Tebow, you were right about the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. McComboy, of course, winning the Super Bowl. So this is our first time actually recording during National Women. I'm sorry, Women's History Month. So forgive us, but of course we want to big up all of the women athletes in the world, but we want to, big up the ones, at least 1 to 3 on this episode. Tebow, which woman athlete do you
Well,
have?
first to come to mind, Maya Moore, of course. That's the I grew up in her era. Well, I
Mhm.
grew up towards like her start of her era too. You know, she came in the league and just dominated. Even when she was in college at UConn, I think she won like 2 national championships there. Came into the WNBA, won
Yeah.
3 in there. Gay
Yeah.
got became
She's
retired, became a lawyer. Got her husband out of jail. Got him better. Like, hey, she big ups to Maya Moore, one of my favorite women athletes all time. But also Cheryl Swoops. I known about her
hmm
since I was younger. A lot of my brothers, my cousins would tell me about like she was the first woman to get her own shoes, first woman athlete to get her own shoes, like a
Yep.
shoe line. So that's pretty dope too. So big ups to them. I'm sure we got a lot more, but let me get you shine.
Yeah. Okay. So of course, the first one of my, I can say she is my favorite female athlete right now. Back in the day, like way back in the day when I used to run track. But within this past couple of years, I really started to get back into watching track. My girl, a thing Mo for sure. She's only 20 years old. Eventually, is going to break the all-time 800 women's record. But right now, she's only 20. I just saw her interview the other day with the Pivot podcast, and she's just being her and I love it. I never ran. I mean, I ran the 800 before, like twice, but just to see her do it, it looks effortless, and she's so young.
I
So
said
shout out
20.
to her. Um, yeah, she's only 20,
That's
bruh.
tough.
She's
That's
only
tough.
20, which is crazy. Which she also mentioned. She was like, "Yo, it's crazy because just like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I was in high
Hmm.
school. Like she was in high school, and then she went to what school she went to? Texas? No, damn, Texas A&M. Yeah, yeah. She went there, and then she became professional right before um, the what is that thing
NIL,
called? The
NIL
deals that
deals.
yeah, before the NIL. So, I'm pretty sure if she was still in college, she would be. I mean, she's still killing now. But anyway, a thing Mo, Cheryl Miller. I have personally never seen Cheryl Miller play, but I do know that she was dropping buckets. I know in high school, she was dropping buckets. I know after high school, even when she was at USC, cooking is one of those players that were just dominant before the WNBA even came out, and I'm 100% sure if the WNBA was established when she was balling, we will really consider her as one of the goats. But there's really not that much footage. I'm pretty sure there is, but probably pretty grainy and shit. But shout out to Cheryl Miller. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for me. All right, man. So let's move on to NFL. First topic, of course, we got to talk about this Lamar Jackson thing, which is just crazy. If you would have told me when Lamar Jackson was the MVP just a couple of years ago that when he would have been a free agent at 26, that teams actually would not be willing to sign him, and it's not like
Wicked.
he has a major injury or anything, I would have been like, you definitely smoking dope. So before we start, we got a fan, Throwback Booby, been a guest on this podcast so many times. He wanted to talk his shit about his Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. So here we go.
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. The saga continues. Look, man, I'm almost ready to wash my hands of the whole thing, man. I'm really ready to wash my hands of the Ravens for real. Because I am a believer that pay that man. You pay that man. And Deshaun Watson did F the whole market up. But, hey, it's next man up. Lamar's the next man up. Okay, you don't give him the whole 230 or whatever, like Deshaun, but that 200 is well deserved if you ask me. MVP, playoffs, damn near every year since he been in, right? Yeah, except for the years when he got hurt, and then they try to say he's injury prone. I'm like, whoa, y'all getting disrespectful now. My man is healthy as an ox, but at the same time, he playing this smart. This the new NFL. This the new sports leagues, man. Like these players trying to take charge of their name, image, and likeness. I ain't gonna lie, I'm starting to take it personal. I ain't gonna hold you, I'm starting to take it personal. I'm about to, if Lamar leave, I'm leaving. Wherever he go, I might go. I might be like those LeBron fans. You know when LeBron came to the league, everybody that had a team, everybody had a team, they ain't had no team no more. They was like, I'm going wherever LeBron go. I might carry it like that. I might go wherever Lamar go. I ain't gonna hold you because I really am a fan of this man. So I don't know. Ravens got to get it together. And people don't talk about this enough neither. It's not only is he a beast, but the man sells tickets. He's entertaining. This is what this is. This is the entertainment NFL league. This is where they spend the big bucks to come see is Lamar. This is who they're gonna be betting on DraftKings. It's Lamar. It's all gonna be centered around Lamar. So just pay the man. That's how I feel. That's just me. And I kind of feel like they're not gonna do it. I feel like they're not gonna do it.
Shout out to Throwback Booby. Appreciate the message. Tebow, what's your thoughts, man?
Hey, I agree with everything he said for sure. Everything he said and twice today. Like, how do y'all not pay this man? Y'all see, y'all gonna have Tyler Huntley there if y'all don't pay him. Really, who on the Ravens do y'all have to pay? Y'all paid Roquan and Patrick Queen before him, which was ridiculous regardless of the fact. In my opinion, you pay them before Lamar Jackson. That's ridiculous. But then who are you gonna pay after that? Your running back, J.K. Dobbins, he's been hurt the last year and a half. You don't have wide receivers. You don't got nothing. Like that, Lamar Jackson's your franchise. Lamar Jackson leaves, y'all are picking in the top 10 picks the next couple years while he gone. And also what he said too, Lamar sell tickets. Like as I work with kids, bro. I kid you not. I'm walking down the hallway. I'll see 10 kids with the exact same Lamar Jackson purple Ravens jersey on. Exactly. Wear them joints every single day. Like Lamar Jackson sell tickets. So I agree with everything he said too. I don't need to say too much more after that.
Yeah, no, it is pretty shocking at this point. Not even a single team. I do understand owners are trying to make a statement when it comes down to having guaranteed contracts with Deshaun Watson. You know, rumors are saying, you know, the league is owners a little disappointed based off that. But this isn't Deshaun Watson. This is Lamar Jackson, just like with Tebow and a Throwback Booby says he's going to sell tickets. Yes, within the last couple of years, he has been hurt. This year, I'm pretty sure if he really wanted to play, he would have played. At this point, you know, Ravens were really disrespecting him in a way. I honestly, the team, you know, that I thought personally would have been a perfect fit for him, if I had to think of a team, I was thinking the Detroit Lions, just based off the fact that they got 2 first-round picks this year. And of course, and it's one of those where they got the Rams first round pick and they got their first round pick. So in order to get Lamar Jackson, of course, the team would have to give up 2 first round picks, one for this year, one for next year. It has to be their own picks. So you think about the Rams. I believe Rams have a top 10 pick. I don't know the exact pick. So they would keep that pick. Then they would give up their first round pick, which is in like the teens, and then next year's first round pick. And then you just trade Golf for like third round pick or whatnot, or a team that may need him or something like that. I mean, now it may be kind of too late. And then when you think about the Detroit Lions, they have definitely been going at the defense, especially on the DB side
Mm-hmm.
this year.
Got Chauncey
The
Gardner.
offense they picked up, yeah, yep, and they got Chauncey Gardner. Then they got a running back game. They got Swift and they got David Montgomery
Mm-hmm.
right now, which is something that Lamar has been wishing for, having healthy running backs. They got receivers. Tight end, I'm pretty sure, Lamar's going to give him the ball. And then you got Lamar Jackson in a dome. Come on now. Come on, bruh.
Yeah, but
Come on, bruh.
with the tight ends though, I mean they're like the running game is good, but besides Amon-Ra St. Brown, what who and who's the other wide receiver?
They got a dude from Alabama last year, right?
Jameson Williams. I forgot he did come back to
Jameson
Jam.
Williams.
He
Yeah,
did come back towards the end
like,
of the season. I forgot about that. Okay, him. They got that.
yeah.
Okay, so never mind. You're right. You're right about that. I'll give you that. Okay.
And it's a division that is shifting.
Mm-hmm.
As you can
It's open.
clearly see, that division is shifting because apparently Aaron Rodgers wants to leave Green Bay. I don't know what the fuck is happening with that. That is a different story. But if he was to leave, you think about it. Okay, you got the Vikings. I mean, a lot of their players have gone. Yes, they have. I mean, what Jefferson? That's probably it. Honestly, and Cook, Dalvin Cook, there was a possibility that he may get traded. You may not know during
T.J. Hawkinson.
the draft. Atiga Hawkinson, yeah, I never really look at him. I mean, he's nice. I'm not trying to say he's not nice, but yeah, they have him, for that division. The Bears have definitely racked up. This is the perfect time because do you really think that Goff could, like, how far can he take you? And you get Lamar, you selling tickets. It's inside a dome.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're good. You're good. So I don't know. Right now, no teams is taking anyone's advice. No one. The NFL said that. I guess Lamar does not have an agent, so that may be fucking him up. But we'll see, bro. Anything else you want to say about the NFL prior to us leaving this conversation?
Nah, man, I'm ready for the draft. I feel like the draft a little late
Yeah,
this
yeah.
year, man. That's why I keep forgetting about all
Yeah,
that.
it is. It is a little late, but I definitely cannot wait. Also another person in the mock drafts that I've been seeing that has been dropping is Jordan Addison. Like they got him going in the second round in
Yeah,
a
it's
lot of
tripping.
these mock drafts. I'm just like,
Tripping.
what?
Tripping. Jordan Addison's a
It's one of
dog.
them things that is like, I was like, am I reading this wrong? Is this a mock draft
Mm-hmm.
from 2018 or something? Like
Exactly. Nah, they tripping. Jordan Addison's a
yeah,
dog.
so hopefully he can sneak up to my Bucks if he drops to number 19 because we could take that slot of receiver. But going into this NBA, man, we got an NBA playoff push. A lot of teams, I believe they got like 10 games left or maybe even under that. My Bulls are definitely in the playoff push. Your Boston Celtics for sure are definitely doing their thing right now. Hopefully, we don't play y'all in the playoffs. What is your thoughts on the NBA so far?
This season went by
Yeah,
quick. Like I feel like this season went like that. Like it was just November. The season just started. Um, this has been an interesting season. Some teams not doing as we thought, but that's every year. Uh, the Lakers, they
they
making a
are
push.
sneaking.
They're making a push. They took their talks. Their talks. LeBron might play tonight when we record. What is it? March 26th was
I
104.
hope he
So
doesn't. I don't want him. I mean,
they upgraded him. They upgraded him. He was out to doubtful. He's questionable now.
yeah,
So
yeah. No, that I feel like during this trade deadline, they really got the right players to come around them. Like especially
mhm.
especially with D'Lo. Like that's the type of point guard that they need. A point guard that's gonna get the ball around, but then at the same time can knock it down. And then he got ice in his veins. He's back in LA. Um, like I like the way that they're moving, but another team that has also been moving too on the sneak is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Like they just got Cat
Mhm.
back.
He's got.
and I mean, he needs to calm down a little bit though, because the last game he was a little too happy. I don't want he got
Mm-hmm.
hurt because of calf and injury, but I
Yeah.
saw an interview with him afterwards. He was talking about he was going through a mental health. Like for him, basketball was his sanctuary, and the fact that that was taken
Mm-hmm.
away from him, and he's been out for 60 games, and he came back. He was like, he's been ready. This is what he needs, and with him and Rudy Gobert, hopefully, when it comes down to playoffs, when it comes down to teams that try to go in, boom, they're gonna block it. I know that Edwards is hurt right now, but he will definitely come back. So it's been crazy, man.
Yeah, he'll
Like
come out for the playoffs.
I honestly think the Denver Nuggets are phonies. Like I don't think they're as good.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't think that they're one of the worst teams to protect the paint in the league. Like my Bulls last time when we played them a couple of weeks ago, we were getting in there. And now when you think about these teams in the West, a lot of them like to go down low. Like you think about the Lakers, think about the Clippers, think about the Suns, the Kings, the Grizz. Like these teams like to go in the paint.
Yeah, but
About what?
yeah, I'm just like the team just depends. The teams you named, it's an if. Like what DeAndre Ayton you gonna get?
Mm-hmm.
If it's Anthony Davis gonna be healthy for real? Like they not. You know what I mean? It's just we'll see, man. Jokic, I just feel like Jokic don't get his due, man. That
Mm-hmm.
man's hooping this season.
So do you think Jokic should win MVP?
I would say I wouldn't give him 3 in a row. I wouldn't do that. He has won the last 2. I wouldn't give him 3 in a row because Joel Embiid is cooking too though.
Yeah.
And I think they've only won one more game than the 76ers
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It is.
So I early in the season I was a little biased. I had Jason Tatum, but he was hooping early in the
Mhm.
season. But I'll give it to Joel Embiid this season.
What about so a team to me, go since we're talking about the East, one team that also seems phony to me is the New York Knicks. Like I know all these New
Yeah.
York fans, they're happy that they're good, but I feel like if they were to go in the playoffs, if the playoffs were to start today, they would be playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I think the Cavs can beat them. Honestly, I think that they can beat them
Yeah.
in a series. And I know I know the Knicks have been balling, but I'm just not sold on them. I don't see
No.
anything that really stands out really, on a consistent basis. When you think about the top teams in the East, you got the Bucks, Celtics, and Sixers. And if they were to
Yeah.
play a series against any of them, they're gone. Like honestly, I think so.
I think I give them a run, but that'll be it. I don't think like they don't. I don't see them winning a playoff. If they play the Cavaliers first round, I don't see them winning that series. Like no.
Yeah, because the East getting the number one seed is probably the best. That's probably what y'all want to get the Celtics, because if you get the number one seed,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to see the Bucks or the Sixers until the conference finals. Like that's the last thing you want to see is one of those teams in the second round.
No, we might because I think last year we played. We were the 2 seed and we played the Bucks in the second round.
Yeah, but the
That's what killed that. What?
Bucks were number one last year, right?
Nothing. It was the Heat because we had that
Ah,
game 7 in Boston when we played the Bucks. We had that game 7 in Boston when we played the Bucks. That was big.
yeah.
So that because the last game of the
Mhm.
season they sat their starters. They sat their starters and we were tied with them. So we won that game, which gave us home court advantage.
Mhm.
So that's what we need that versus them.
Yeah. So, I mean, one last thing, man. One thing I definitely have noticed lately, Ben Simmons, man, like his like since 2020, there was a moment of time where people were comparing him to LeBron James, and like
Mm-hmm.
when we look back at that what draft, because right now they're saying he may be out for the rest of the season right now, and which I
Mm-hmm.
think honestly I think a healthy Ben Simmons without any problems on that Brooklyn Nets team, the way that they are built right now, I feel like he can thrive there, especially but with Bridges there and Cam, Cam Johnson and just their team, the way that's built, because he can literally play from anything from the 5 all the way down to the 1. Looking back at that 2016 draft, he was the number 1 pick. Brandon Ingram was number 2. Jaylen Brown was number 3. Let me think. Sabonis was number 11. Trying to think any key.
Jamal Murray was in that draft
Jamal
too.
Murray,
Jamal
Pascal,
Murray, Buddy Hield.
Siakam. Yeah, like looking
He's
back,
a bust.
looking back at that, who would you take as your number 1 pick though out of that draft? Oh, and
Me, Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown, Van
Yeah.
Fleek was in that draft too.
I think he went
Undrafted.
Did he go undrafted?
He went undrafted.
Yeah, I was about to say I think he went undrafted.
Gary Payton. So you said you would take Jaylen Brown?
Mm-hmm.
How about Pascal?
I'm not gonna lie. When I first, huh?
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like when the draft. I remember watching that draft. I wanted Ben Simmons. I'm not gonna lie. Like coming out of LSU, I was watching that. I wanted Ben Simmons, but no, I'm taking Jaylen Brown, number 1 overall.
So
like, yeah, Pascal got the ring, like you brought up, but I mean, I can't.
Would you take Pascal before Ben Simmons? Because they're about the same.
Yeah,
I mean Pascal a little bit better though.
I would take Pascal before Ben Simmons. I don't want nobody on my team who won't willingly shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Like I could work with you if you shoot the ball and miss, but if you're not gonna shoot the ball, what can I work with? Your job is to put the ball in a hoop. Like, come on.
Yeah. It's crazy. I know. Shout out to my man Aaron, who was a guest on the show too. I know when the rumors started, when Ben Simmons were potentially going to get traded from the 76ers, he was definitely pushing for the James Harden trade, just based off the fact that James Harden is a better scorer and he will provide more, which he has been for the 76ers. The only difference was just the age gap and stuff like that. But it just panned out for the 76ers right now. Right now, they are looking good. I don't see them as finals contenders. But we'll see, man. Ben Simmons, hopefully, because he signed like $100 million contract too. So that may be hard to get, but I don't know, man. We will definitely see. But that is pretty much it for episode 100 Sports State of Mind. We had a lot to say today. Before we go, Tebow, is there anything else you want to say?
Hey man, just appreciate y'all rocking with us. 100 episodes, 43 for me. Just keep rocking with us, man. We got a lot more coming for y'all.
Yeah. All right, man. So this is Sports State of Mind, Snipes KB, Tebow, episode 100. We out.